MrLevi and...
Hello guys, this is MrLevi in reaction videos. So yeah, I know I haven't uploaded anything during last week. I was just just taking a break and relax and do something fun with my family and working on my animations for my second channel in the description if you guys want to see it. So there's a trailer, a launch trailer that came out yesterday. It's Tetris Forever. And it's on a Nintendo Switch. And yeah, so that's why you see the thumbnail and the title. We're gonna watch it. So yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get into the video. Okay, Tetris trailer.
This is Mr. Alexei Pozitlov.
Hey, the creator of Tetris. Play over 15 games. Whoa. Some Tetris games that we all probably never heard of.
I still play with my box of pentaminas, and
Actually,
I'm wondering why nobody play against each other. I just start programming it.
Up until
But some
that
of you guys
point,
do.
I thought we had all the rights.
Turned out he didn't have the rights. I said, Gilman, we made a deal. You can't just like walk away and say that, sorry, there was no deal. We have a deal. With a tourist visa, 2 days later, I got on a plane, went to Moscow. I'm not coming back till I have these rights.
Wow. Game Boy!
There's some kind of an addictive loop.
I'm really hooked on this game.
You want to keep clearing lines.
Harmonically, everything comes together.
I believe that Tetris will be here forever.
Tetris is the perfect game.
The perfect game of all gaming history. Alright, here's the video I found. This is by Nintendo Life. Yep, Nintendo Life.
Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're reviewing for you Tetris Forever on the Nintendo Switch. This review was originally written by the superb Ollie Reynolds and has been adapted for video by me. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things.
Hold up.
How many times do you think we can say the word Tetris in a single review? Well, since Tetris Forever contains a total of 18 games based on the original 1985 title, you'd best strap yourselves in, because we're going to be saying it a lot. Well, alright, we might mix things up a bit with the odd sprinkling of Tetramino just to be nice, you lucky sausages. Anyway, Tetris.
I should bring something,
it's often described as one of, if not the greatest game of all time, thanks to its unrivaled approachability and remarkable staying power. Yet we wouldn't be surprised if you perhaps weren't overly familiar with the game's origin, release, and subsequent proliferation across the video game industry. And that's where Tetris Forever comes in. Developed by Digital Eclipse, this marks the studio's third entry in its Gold Master series and takes a comprehensive dive into the creation of one of gaming's most iconic franchises. If you're familiar with the previous Gold Master releases, then you'll know what to expect with this one. It's jam-packed with interviews, images, documents, and archival material spread across 5 distinct timelines. Not only that, but as we mentioned earlier, Tetris Forever contains 18 playable games, from a recreation of the earliest version of Tetris on the Electronica 60 right up to Tetris Time Warp, a new spin on the classic gameplay that takes you on a journey throughout the franchise's history, built by Digital Eclipse specifically for this package. It's a generous release, and although the selection of games on offer is merely a fraction of the total catalogue of Tetris titles, the timelines more than make up for this with references to most major releases. Speaking of which, the timelines will prove particularly interesting for Nintendo fans. If you're even vaguely familiar with the history of Tetris, then you'll know that a big part of its success can be attributed to the pack-in version included with the Game Boy's Western release. Tetris Forever delves into this story in surprising depth, showcasing the crucial back-and-forth battle to obtain the relevant rights to the game, the visits and tours held within NCL's headquarters, and of course, a momentous meeting between Nintendo's president Hiroshi Yamauchi, Tetris creator Alexei Pajitnov, and licensing extraordinaire Henk Rogers. Pajitnov and Rogers are really the heart of Tetris Forever. It's their collaboration, friendship, and stewardship of the Tetris brand that drives the narrative featured within the 5 timelines. Pajitnov's original creation of the game is of particular interest, beginning with his love for the Pentamino toys, in which you try to fit a selection of Trominos, Tetraminos, and Pentaminos into a box. By taking this concept, focusing on the Tetraminos specifically, and applying it to a video game, Tetris was eventually born. We're then taken on a journey that covers the initial release of Tetris, publisher Tengen's failed attempt at re-engineering Nintendo's NES version, and the many sequels and spin-offs that would follow, and the eventual formation of Tetris Incorporated and its work with the recent Tetris movie. It's comprehensive stuff, and if you're a particular fan of the videos contained within Digital Eclipse's Goldmaster series, you'll be in heaven with this one. There's so many of them, and it's a joy to watch Pajitnov and Rogers deliver such incredible passion for their work on the franchise. As for the playable games, Tetris Forever understandably shies away from its titles released in the 2000s and beyond, which is largely when firms like Ubisoft, Sega, THQ, and EA began to dip their little toes into the series. Instead, it focuses mainly on the various early variants of the main game, alongside some of the lesser-known direct sequels. Remarkably, to start with, Digital Eclipse has actually recreated the original Electronica 60 version of Tetris that Pajitnov made, which boasts both Russian and English version, green and white color palettes,
but not the Nintendo consoles like Switch.
We've then got versions of the game from the NES, Apple II, and Famicom before launching into sequels such as Tetris, Tetris 2
they have PS5,
the Japan exclusive
but not the Nintendo Switch.
And Super Bombless DX.
While playing Tetris Forever,
understand that the differences between many of these versions are negligible at times, but it's still great to see how the
there won't be a Game Boy Tetris because this is it's a PlayStation version, and
some minor issues do crop up.
You probably needed a Nintendo version of Tetris Forever, so you can play the Game Boy Tetris.
The controls state that A is
I feel like
the Tetraminos, but it's actually B. It's a small mistake and one that we're certain will be fixed with
there is a website I found
this worth highlighting.
About
the
this
other issue, and this is a
this
minor
early Tetris game,
is that the controls
but now I can't
aren't
find it
standardized
anymore
by default across the games. Might not seem like a big deal, but if you're jumping from one to the other,
I was
going to do
a gaming video for
to the new controls
to play this, but I couldn't find the
for each
website
title for the most seamless experience. Totally fixable on the user end, but still a bit of a nuisance. In contrast, one of the highlights of the entire collection is the new bespoke title, Tetris Time Warp. This provides a great way to experience different variations on the classic Tetris gameplay, whilst also mixing up the visuals. The premise is fairly straightforward. You clear lines of blocks as per the norm, but occasionally a special Tetramino will drop down, and once you clear this, you'll be warped back to another version of Tetris for a limited amount of time. For instance, it might transport you back to the quote-unquote 1989 version, which is essentially the Game Boy version minus the official branding, in which you're tasked with clearing a double line
I said that before.
Or perhaps you'll be sent to a bombless level where you have to detonate a large bomb. Successfully completing one of these challenges sends you
buy a
straight
PlayStation
through to another
game
period,
of
allowing you to quickly
PlayStation version of Tetris. You won't see the Game Boy Tetris.
There are also some neat variations on Time Warp if you're after a
because there's never a Nintendo game on different consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. We all know that.
Which is the same, but with those sweet Game Boy aesthetics. Finally, game multiplayer is also available, and it takes the basic gameplay from Time Warp, but allows each player to effectively weaponize different time periods, forcing opponents to take on new challenges while you continue to clear lines on the main screen. It's great fun. Tetris Forever might not be the final word on the complete history of Tetris, but it's certainly the best breakdown of the franchise's creation and evolution so far. Digital Eclipse has truly mastered the art of the interactive documentary, and this one is absolutely filled to the brim with interesting videos, interviews, and archival material. The playable games don't necessarily represent the most varied selection across the Tetris franchise, but it's a comprehensive bunch of titles nonetheless, and Newcomer Tetris Time Warp is a fantastic new addition to a back catalogue that seemingly just won't stop growing. Tetris Forever, you're getting an 8 out of 10 from us.
Eight out of 10. I take 10 out of 10. And that's the end. Cool. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction video, and anyone as a Tetris fan, please subscribe so I can make more Tetris content. So, Levi and Levi out.